What's up everybody, HMG here with Digimon TCG Mock Battle for today. This is super exciting since the game hasn't even been released yet. I'll be providing the rules in the description below. Now, this rule set comes from V-Jump magazine and translated by some folks over on the Facebook group, which I'll provide a link to in the description below. These rules provide a lot of information on how the game is played, but still needs some of the finer details to be made. We had to make some assumptions on our own, and I will talk about them at the end of the video. Please, please do not take the way we are playing as concrete rules. Only the rules in the description are what we know for now. Now, this video assumes you have read the rules and is meant to showcase the flow of the game. Please take some time to read the rules in the description below. The Facebook group has most, if not all, of these cards in the video translated. If you would like to find out more about the cards revealed, I suggest you check out the Facebook group. Now, before we start, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Xerark, who made this mod in Tabletop Simulator, also known as God of Luck and Cringe in our Discord. Also, a thank you to everybody who helped with the translations and the English version of the cards. They look absolutely phenomenal. Also, I just want to mention that Xerark is making updates to the Tabletop Simulator mod, adding new cards, as well as adding new playmats, making it look nicer. So he's really doing a good job. Now, with that being said, let's get on to the video. Alright, so let's get into this. So we start off the game by setting our 5 security cards, which was our first mistake. We are supposed to set that before drawing, but we did it in reverse. Please feel free to stop the video at any time to look at any cards that are hover over. And enjoy the match as we start. So mulligan 2, pick up 2. This is also a rule that we decided to set up. So we go into the raising phase. I raise Koromon, and then evolve Koromon into Piomon. Piomon is a free cost, 0 to digivolve into, and I then digivolve again into Greymon. So Greymon's ability is security attack +1, so he gets an extra security attack, and also since I digivolved him, it was a low cost, and I decided to go for a Wergurumon on top of that. And so once it goes over to his turn, he raises a Koromon, and does pretty much the same thing, Piomon into Greymon, but he also summons a Gabumon. He then proceeds to attack my security. I flip over my security card, it's Agumon. We cancel out, so both Digimon die. He then brings out Garurumon to the field, pays the cost, and switches over to my turn. Draw into a Taichi, and digivolve into Metal Garurumon. I then pick up 1 card due to the Digivolution to Metal Garurumon and pass the turn over to him. He draws 1 card, brings Greymon to the field, attacks with Garurumon to my security, ends up crashing into a War Greymon, so both cards are lost. He then attacks again with Greymon, and it's an option card for additional security for the rest of the turn, so he keeps his Greymon and I just take the hit. He then plays Gaia Force, an 8-cost card, to destroy my Metal Garurumon, and that will immediately turn it over to my turn. I then move Greymon to the field, and digivolve him into Metal Greymon. Then due to Digivolution, I pick up 1 card, and digivolve into War Greymon. I then take this time to go into the evolution line of War Greymon to make sure I'm familiar with the abilities. I go ahead and start to attack with War Greymon, who has +4 security at this point. I reveal a Taichi, which gives him 1000 DP per turn, on his turn only. Flip over the next, it's a Bergermon. War Greymon easily outbeats it. And so I keep going through security cards. It's another option card, and then so that gets destroyed, and then I get to go through 1 more security card. I end up running into his Metal Garurumon and lose my War Greymon. The way we played this was that residual damage from previous battles carry over until the end of the turn, and then DP regenerates. So by that point, my Wargreymon did not have enough DP to actually survive his Metal Garurumon. I then finished my turn by playing Gabumon onto the field, costing 3 and bringing it over to his side. He draws 1 card and moves into his raising phase. He decides to flip over a Digitama and reveals Koromon. He then attacks security with Greymon, reveals an option card which gives me more DP for security. Doesn't really matter since it's his only Digimon left for the turn. He then also plays another tie, giving him a total of 2000 DP on his turn only. He then finishes his turn by bringing another Greymon to the field. I then started my turn by drawing and then revealing Koromon during my raising phase, and then I summon Gabumon. I then decided to attack with Gabumon for one of his security cards. He reveals Agumon, and that's a straight trade between Agumon and Gabumon. I then decide to attack with my last Gabumon on the last hit, and I win the game. I have to thank Xerark for this match and this mod that he made. It was a ton of fun. Alright, let's get on to the assumptions that we made during this mock battle. So in the beginning, we actually mulliganed, meaning that we got rid of cards in our hand by putting them back into our deck and then drawing that same amount of cards back into our hand in case we got something that we didn't like. This is not an official rule. This is just something that can be easily said as yes or no whenever the official ruling comes out. The next thing that we decided to make an assumption about was that you can digivolve immediately when getting a new Digitama. There could easily be a restriction just saying that you cannot digivolve the same turn that you get the Digitama, but we just said you could. The other thing that we made an assumption about was also you may move or raise during the raising phase, basically saying that you can move your Digimon out, or you can keep on leaving it there and digivolving it further and further up to even Mega level is what we decided. But that could easily change. I'll talk about that more towards the end. We also decided that you can attack the first turn. This wasn't really used by us, and the more I think about it, the less fair it seems. I mean, being able to attack without any defending Digimon in any kind of capacity just doesn't seem like a rule that would be in the game. And then we also believed that you can attack as soon as you bring a Digimon out to the field or even digivolve. There's no fatigue or anything like that. Some other assumptions that we made were that cards can't defend unless they're a blocker card. Unimon is the card that we specifically were looking at when we were thinking about this mechanic. Unimon's the only blocker card that's been identified so far. I believe there may be one other, I'm not entirely sure. But blockers basically can take on oncoming attacks and be tapped into a resting position. We also believe that DP would temporarily lower until the end of the turn and then regenerate. This is pertaining to security cards, where you might have a Metal Greymon who has a Greymon in the inheritance line that gives it a +1 security attack, meaning it can take out 2 security cards. So in this case, if you fought a Agumon first fight, then it would be a 2000 Agumon versus a 10,000 Metal Greymon. The Metal Greymon would then be dropped down to 8000 DP from winning the battle, and then if you fought another Digimon on top of it, it would be an 8000 Metal Greymon versus whatever DP that new Digimon would have. And then lastly, inheritable abilities. This was a hot topic between us. We talked about this for a little bit. Basically, inherited abilities are only available if evolved. I'm not too keen on this idea. I think inheritable means that that Digimon has the ability and then can carry it on forward in the next evolution or down the evolution lines. So I think it can have it on that Digimon that has it as inheritable and all future Digimon. So I just wanted to go over some of the speculations that I have for the future regarding some of these assumptions that we made. So currently there are a lot of unknowns about the raising Digimon portion of the game. Like, we don't know if you can digivolve immediately, or they might just have a cooldown depending on when you hatch a Digitama. Also, we don't know how far you can actually digivolve in the raising area till we played until Mega, but I mean, to me, lore-wise, kind of makes sense to not be able to hide a Mega in the background for a long period of time. To me, it would make more sense if you have to boot the Digimon out by champion, or you just can't go past champion, since that is considered an adult or maybe even a rookie. As far as DP on multiple battles, I believe the way we played it probably makes the most sense, just because you can have Digimon just like War Greymon, who can have up to +4 security attack, and that, if you go down through the security line and there's only Digimon, and say they're all weaker because he is a mega level Digimon, he has high base DP, you could definitely make the game go very fast, and it might be a little too fast for some. And then last but not least, defending Digimon. Right now, the way we played it, we could not defend any security attacks because we're going based off of blockers being the only ones who could defend. I don't believe that will be true, just because only being able to target resting Digimon on top of only attacking security will leave you very defenseless. And so what my personal thoughts on it will be that active Digimon will be able to tap or put themselves in a resting position in order to defend it, and blockers will only take the aggro if another Digimon is being targeted. And with all that being said, I just wanted to say thank you guys for sitting through my video. I know it was pretty lengthy. I tried to cut it down as much as I can. Maybe I could have separated my assumptions and speculation into a different video. Let me know. I'm always looking to improve, and I would like to make more of these videos, so just let me know if you like them. Let me know any suggestions of things you'd like to see, as well as anything to improve my video. I know these white pages are pretty basic, but just starting out. So, subscribe, give me a like, whatever you want. I love discussing Digimon, anything about Digimon. And just let me know below. Thanks.